traveler moving on the land. Behold, I give you the traveling man, and he's very heavy laden with the questions in his burden. Lo, and I give you the traveling man. He has crossed the mountains, he has forded streams, he has spent a long time surviving on his dreams. And many times he's tried to lighten up his heavy load, but his compromises fail him, and he ends back on the road. Oh, the traveler, he is weary, the traveling man is tired, for the road is never ending. In his fear he has cried aloud for a savior, and in vain for a teacher, someone to lighten up the load. And he's heard the sounds of war in a gentle shower of rain, and the whisperings of despair that he could not explain. The reason for his journey, or the reason it began, or was there any reason for the traveling man? At last he reached a river, so beautiful and wide, but the current was so strong he could not reach the other side. And the weary traveling man looked for a ferryman strong enough to row against the tide. And the ferryman was old, but he moved the boat so well. Or did the river move the boat? The traveler could not tell. Said the ferryman, you're weary, and the answers that you seek are in the singing river. Listen humbly, it will speak. The traveler closed his eyes, and he listened and he heard only the river murmuring and the beating of his heart. Then he heard the river laughing, and he heard the river crying, and in it was the beauty and the sadness of the world. Then he heard the sounds of dying, but he heard the sounds of birth, and slowly his ears heard all the sounds of earth, and the sounds blended together, and they became a whole, and the rhythm was his heartbeat to the music in his soul. And the river had no beginning as it flowed into the seas, and the seas filled the clouds, and the rains filled the streams. And as slowly as the sunrise, he opened up his eyes to find the ferryman had gone. The boat moved gently on the tide, and the river flowed within him, and with it he was one. And the seas moved round the earth, and the earth around the sun. And the traveller was the river, was the boat and ferryman, was the journey and the song that the singing river sang.